I don't know how. Just the count was off. I don't know. So,
Hello!
hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello! Welcome to Riff and Rebel. We are here again, second time in a row. I don't remember the last time we did that.
Don't get used to it.
It's been a while.
Somebody like the signal fires.
And I will be here next week too.
Hooray.
Holy crap.
Pretty freaking cool. So, welcome to the stream. If you haven't been before, I'm Callie. I'm the DM. I run this nonsense. I try my best to do different character voices. Not so good at it, but I try. And I try to keep all of these people in line best that I can. Speaking of these people, Joe, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Joe. I play the dwarf Braddock. Braddock is a protection fighter, which we just hit level 6, and he got new stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. He picked up Sentinel, and I can't wait to hit all the things all the time.
Sounds pretty cool.
Hi,
Dave.
I am Dave. I play an elf wizard called Bravo Corks. I also am level 6, and I also am a protection fighter.
He's like so much better than me because he can cast spells too. He dual classed like from level 1.
Yeah.
No. Travis, now that you have a mouthful of liquids, introduce
Yes.
yourself.
No, talk with mouth of liquid.
My name is Travis. I play the party's lovable druid who gets along with everybody. Carrion, he's a human druid, and that's all of the things that he is.
He gets along with everybody when he's not browbeating the dwarf for taking gold.
Or
To be fair, I think everyone did.
questioning
Yeah, I
him
mean, you
about
know.
his very good choices about walking away from the inn in the hard north with no armor.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for all that to start. Oh, my gosh, I can't wait for that talk to start.
Lauren, how about you?
Hi, I am Lauren, and I play our young half-elf cleric. She is feisty and has just gotten some cool stuff for level 6 as well.
Level 6 seems to be a pretty good milestone for all of the classes, at least that we have here.
You get some cool things.
Get some very cool things. You're starting to feel a little more powerful, a little less squishy. So, last time, what did we do last time? My brain is mush. You're in,
A
Bryn?
lot of talking.
There was a lot of talking. That's why I don't remember much because I didn't
Everybody
do a whole lot
wanted
of
something
talking.
from us.
There
That's
was
right.
much talk.
That's right. Almost each of you was approached by a different person that you had met in Bryn Shander, wanting or asking, requesting different things. Mostly in defense of Bryn Shander, but some things were perked for you guys, potentially. Braddock got smashed and passed out in the tavern.
No, Braddock had a nice little nightcap of half a keg of ale, and then he went to sleep.
On the table.
I woke him up later. It was fine.
Carrion woke him up, and you all went to bed. However, before we get back to our group, we are transported through space and time. There's no snow on the ground. There's no wind. Instead of our 4 brave heroes, we see a man dressed in simple robes of mottled green approaching a small village. His brown hair trails down his back in a long braid, revealing his elongated, pointed ears. His sharp eyes consider the buildings before him, then turn to regard the child walking at his side. North looks up at him, her blue eyes filled with curiosity. We are here, child, he says with a warm smile. You're home. As the pair enter the village, they're greeted by a number of residents. One man steps forward to meet them. Welcome, Thalanil. It is always good to see you. Do you bring news from the Enclave? The elven man shakes his head. No, Quinn. The Emerald Enclave has not sent me this day. I have come to see this child safely return to her family. He gently nudges North out from behind his leg. Ren! Quinn cries out with delight. We thought she had been taken by the giant. A friend happened upon her during the attack, brought her to my order for safekeeping until we could bring her home. It's my understanding that her mother perished in the attack. Did her father survive? Quinn shrugs sadly. Erevan has been gone for years. Isolde was never forthcoming about it, though at first she said he was only supposed to be gone a few months at most. After a year with no word, Isolde stopped talking about him altogether. Thalanil sighs. You do not know where he traveled to? Where was he from? He wasn't the chatty type. He was always dressed real nice, but plenty of those folks around. Is there someone here in Jalanthar willing to care for the child? The elf inquires. Quinn strokes his beard thoughtfully. I'm sure there is. I must warn you, though. He lowers his voice and steps closer. I fear the giants will return soon. As wild as your high forest may be, she's likely to be safer there for the time being. Thalanil considers for a moment before bending one knee before the child. North, or rather, Ren, did your mother ever tell you where you could find your father? North.
No. I don't even remember him.
Well, then, until we can track him down, would you like to stay here among your people? Or would you like to return to the High Forest and stay with the priests who are looking after you?
She's getting visibly nervous. Like, she feels like she should make the decision to stay at town, but she's going to turn and kind of tug on his rope. I want to stay with you guys.
Very well. He stands. We will be going then. Quinn, I've reported this giant attack to the Enclave already. I will send reinforcements to aid Jalanthar should they return. We will monitor their movements and determine if they need to be dealt with at the source. Quinn bows his head as Thalanil takes North's hand and leads her out of the village. And we see North now as she wakes from a night of deep, maybe not so restful sleep. Still smears of blood that she missed as she fell to bed exhausted the night before from working with the wounded from the giant attack in Bryn Shander. She sits on the edge of her bed. What are you guys doing this morning?
We're back in the tavern, yeah?
Yep. You all retired to your rooms, and that's where we're finding you currently.
Has the sun risen yet?
It's just beginning to rise. It's still on the darker side because the sun takes a little longer to get up at this far north. Words. But it's early morning, very early.
Bravo Quarks only needs like a few hours of sleep, so I imagine he would have woken up a long time before everyone
Mhm.
and just kind of like got Grillian and sort of wandered around the city, maybe asking her to fly up, seeing if she sees, sort of surveying the damage.
All right. In the still early morning, the wind is blowing, but not as hard as it was the previous day. Still carries a bite. You pull your fur coat closer around you. You send Grillian up, and the pseudo dragon climbs higher in the sky. You lose sight of her fairly quickly because it's still dark, and you maintain your mental connection to her though as she takes a quick lap around the city. There's a lot of damage. Um, Boulders destroyed a lot of the buildings. Not like the town is totally destroyed or anything, but there is a good amount of damage. You did see a fair number of the people the previous day who had been displaced when you were serving them in the soup kitchen and just in your travels through the city.
Right.
But it seems like the people are already recovering. There is sort of a sense of mourning, of loss, but also of determination, resolve. These are certainly hardy folk. They live
Bent
in
but
a
not broken.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they've encountered problems like this in the past, and they're not going to stop now.
Okay. I guess I would sort of head up onto some of the ramparts and sort of look across what I would assume is the direction that we need to go, and sort of do a bit of early recon on the route that we need to take.
All right, so you head down to the southwestern gate. It's being repaired, but it's still currently sort of ramshackle pieces are being sort of just stacked up in the hold, reinforced with whatever they had on hand. There is a heavier guard presence along all of the walls, but especially at this gate where it's been broken.
Right.
But some of the guards, if not all of them, recognize you from the meetings and from the attack itself. And they sort of give you nods. They have sort of braziers set up at intervals for the guards to warm their hands at, and they're all just sort of stamping their feet, trying to stay warm. As you look out past the wall, there's not a whole lot to see, especially in the dark before the sun's up. The land is fairly barren. There's not a lot of plant life. Lots of snow, but the path is still like the road is still relatively clear. Just a bit of windswept snow across it. There
Right.
doesn't seem to be any fresh tracks. There doesn't seem to be any sign of giants from what you can see, but your range is limited.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would call Grillian back to me and then head back to the tavern or the inn or
All right.
combination thereof, the tavern inn.
And the rest of you, what are you doing?
Braddock would have gotten up early, maybe before, maybe after Bravo. It's it's not really sure. But he absolutely would have put his armor on, like just in the morning, and axe in hand, shield on his back, and he would have started making his way through the town. Not really the parapets, not really up along the wall, but he would have started making his way through the city, kind of first down straight away from the tavern into the central part of the city down there in the market, and then just kind of giving it a good wander, keeping an eye, just looking for places to help out, places he can lift something heavy, places he can move stuff out of the way, hold or brace this or push that, or something where his strength is gonna come in handy. Maybe hoist up a wall while they tie it back in, that kind of stuff. Anything like that. Any place where he can lend his physical strength. He's going to go around and help clear rubble from roadways and all that stuff. Just get in, hands dirty, down in the muck and the mire and the blood. Just still in armor. He's not taking it back off. He has
learned his lesson.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's plenty to do. But there's not a lot of action quite yet. It is still pretty early. Though there are people getting up. There are people beginning.
While he's out and about, so if he's not working, he's generally just having a nice mosey. Very much like a beat cop with his hand, his axe is on his hip and he's just kind of, resting his elbow on his axe. And he's going to keep an eye. He's very careful to keep an eye out for Sir Beric. He's not looking for him, but he's not asking around for him. But he's looking to see if Sir Beric is around.
All right. What about everybody else? Carrion north.
So Carrion was pretty exhausted from yesterday. He used up all of his energy shape-shifting into the bear and cleaning up rubble and everything. So he probably woke up a little later than normal, and he wants to get the whole giant activity is really aligning with his mission from the Emerald Enclave. So he probably wants to get going on that as soon as possible because that's his whole purpose for being here. So he would go downstairs in the inn and then probably have some breakfast and see if anyone else was going to trickle down.
All right. Well, you probably missed the two early risers. But what about North?
So North's going to be having a little bit of a difficult time. She definitely tried to keep herself as busy as possible the day before, so she didn't have to think about it. But since she keeps getting reminded over and over again of the violent activity, it's probably a little bit of like semi-foggy PTSD, where it's affecting her mentality. So even though she got up early, it's been very hard for her to like move and do things and be motivated. So she probably took her time getting out of bed and then cleaning up, trying to clean her new fur coat and kind of get fresh for the new journey, but is still kind of not sulking, but feeling very heavily the weight of what these people are going to have to take with them for the rest of their lives, the way that she is having to take this kind of thing with her. Since it was very vivid, there's still flashes and little bits of memory that pop in. So she's probably going to much later, not quite as brightly, make her way down to the area to at least try and eat something. Probably won't be very successful because she probably won't be able to stomach it, but she's definitely also considering what Ogric had asked her to do. And it's seeming like a very likely thing that she wants to do because she wants to get out of town. She doesn't want to be here anymore, being constantly reminded of the things that, bad giants do.
All right. So Carrion, you're most of the way through your breakfast by the time North makes her way down to the tavern.
Oh, yes. Good morning, North. And he waves a hand, his free hand. He's eating with his left. Oh, his right. No. His staff is leaned on the table next to him.
She is gonna go sit down with him, but it's probably very apparent that she's not completely okay. But she's gonna go and kind of sit down, and then Leaf will come out from her collar and kind of scamper down her arm and onto the table to kind of begin eating part of what North started to eat. It's probably nuts, maybe rations, whatever she could, like whatever she can kind of like just scoop real quick.
So, he's just kind of awkward, just kind of stuff in his mouth. He's not really, I mean, he grew up mostly in the wilds and in the slums, so he doesn't really have good table manners, but, how are you feeling?
I'm not, but, you know. How are you?
Trying not to hold down the push to talk button while you're talking. I suppose I've seen worse, but I can't say I'm fantastic considering the ongoings. Certainly not as bad as you, though.
Thanks. Anyway, Augric approached me yesterday, and she wants us to go get reinforcements. And honestly, I want to get out of this town as fast as possible. Fucking rude.
We have to say it's very interesting. I just was tired. Yes, I imagine you do, considering your past and all. Huh. Yeah, it's funny you should mention Augric. Markham came to me with a proposition of his own. He actually wanted us to stay in town and patrol the borders in case the giants came back. What did Augric ask of you?
Well, I'm not doing what Markham asked us to. There's no way. Augric wants us to go up to one of the neighboring towns, to Dwarven City. She said that they would let us in with Augric's word, and they would send reinforcements. I think that's the better option. We don't have to stick around. We can get out of here. We don't have to worry about winter. And hopefully they don't try and hurt us.
His brow kind of furrows at the mention of hurting us. Yes, well, truth be told, I wasn't too sure on Markham's request myself. I'd rather get going. If we can learn more about the giants and the Ordning, the better. Though, why would they hurt us? I don't understand.
Well, they're dwarves. They're very... Well, you know Braddock.
What the fuck?
Braddock's not there.
I don't know, shut up.
They're very protective. She ensures our safety with her word.
I think Bravo would have come back at this point in time.
Mhm.
Sorry, it comes in to the tavern.
Did Carrion see him, or is he still... in...
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of traffic at this hour.
Oh, good morrow, bro. I was gonna do it. Look what you guys started. Good morrow, Bravo.
Oh, yes. Hello. Good morning.
Is something the matter?
No. I mean, well, yes. The city is rather damaged, but we should go now. We should probably think of heading out soon.
Yes, I agree, but what is your hurry?
Well, we should go to Hebel Rock, Humble Steeple. Hold on, I have a piece of parchment, and he pulls out a carefully folded piece of paper that he has scrawled on it. Where is thing? How do I get to the other note? It says go to Hundlestone, talk to Thwip Ironbottom. And he hands it. Yes, see, he sort of holds it up so you can see it, but not handing it to you. He's like, yes, well, see, this is where we need to go, and who we need to speak to. Yes, that's where we need to go. Yes.
I see. And what are we speaking to this person about exactly?
Oh, answers.
They know about the ordning then.
Sure, they probably do know about that, but they also know about some other things that are more pertinent to me.
Bravo, I don't understand. I mean, the giants just attacked here. What could be more important than getting that young fellow from this town and finding more out about the ordning? I don't. And at this, Carrion pushes his plate back and kind of pushes himself to the table and sits up a little bit.
Well, importance, I suppose, depends on your point of view. To most of you, no, this is not important, not important at all. But to you might not have noticed this, but I'm a little bit odd. And these answers could explain the reason for that.
You mean besides you being old, she's gonna like throw her stuff down? Like, how could you even start thinking about yourself? Here we are in a town that just got destroyed, and you're thinking about yourself. Bravo. Giants attack. Your very not mean giants attack.
I'm not. I was told. Perhaps you've heard of a certain order called the Hoppers. They, Ballerina lady is one of them, and she told me to go there.
Beldora?
Yes,
the crazy lady that was sitting in the corner?
I had a pleasant conversation with her.
No.
Would I know who the
Absolutely
Harpers
not.
are?
Yes. As a member of the Emerald Enclave, they have had dealings and also conflicts with the Harpers.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. They're a well-known group, but you don't necessarily know a whole lot about.
Did I know their general information gathering-ness?
Typically they are more in line with the interests of the Emerald Enclave than groups like the Zentarum, for example. They are...
I mean, like, what I know about their goal to, like, act as not a spy network per se, but how they're always interested in information.
They do have interest in information.
No, but I mean, would Carrion know that?
Yes, he would.
Okay.
He would know that he doesn't know how necessarily they gather their information, but he knows that they use it towards good goals, good means, the good of the realm, whatever. It's not for selfish means.
Okay. Whoa. Hold on then, North. I agree that we don't want to act selfishly, but someone from the Hoppers told you to go here?
Yes. Yes.
North, I'm looking at her, but I'm looking away from her on camera. I need to flip this camera. I'll just talk to the wall then. North, I think we should... And he just starts thinking about his words.
Look, I have a lifetime's knowledge of magics somewhere in here. I can't access them. Think of all the good I could do if I had access to all of the things I don't remember. I could do so much more than I can do right now.
What about the things that we can do right now? Like, hear out what we might want to do?
Where do you want to go?
Oh, thanks for asking. So Ogric, she came to me and said, if we can go and get reinforcements for the town. Doesn't that sound like something maybe not selfish that we could do first?
I mean, I just answered Carrion's questions. I don't understand. Carrion
Maybe
asked what's
something
wrong.
else first.
I'm just telling you.
I feel it's about time for Braddock to come back.
Well, I was just going to pause all of you. So, Braddock, as you are sort of patrolling the town, you reach the market just as Sir Barrick is entering from the main road where the temple was.
Oh, what a coincidence!
Believe it or not,
here.
that's where he was going. It looks like he's headed in the direction of your tavern. He doesn't see you at first. He seems to have his pack on top of all of his armor and weapons. He looks ready for the road. But he's walking and he's sort of adjusting everything on him, and he doesn't spot you.
So
Probably because you're short.
Always with the short jokes. So Braddock's not gonna say anything immediately. He's gonna fall in behind Barrick. A few paces back. He's gonna follow him. He's gonna follow Sir Barrick. Just watching him, seeing what he's up to. I guess it's gonna entail following him all the way back to wherever it is he's going.
All right. Well, he makes his way through the currently empty market. He settles into a normal pace. Yes. Joe?
It should. I completely forgot. While Braddock is out, he's gonna peruse and patronize the local food mongers. Just whatever street food there is out and about. That's where he's gonna get his breakfast from.
Yeah,
you go. No, you go.
There's not like the market's not open this day the way that it normally would be. Because it is in the center of town, it remains fairly untouched. The boulders didn't reach this far into the city, but it seems like the efforts to rebuild have sort of taken priority over sales. There are butchers and like general stores that are opening where he could get dried meats or raw meats or things like that. There is one bakery that you spot in your walk that is open, but there's not as many people as focused on retail for
No,
the
that's
moment.
fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. So somewhere along his walk, he will have procured some kind of dried meat. Although, honestly, I think in retrospect, he's probably not averse to raw meat. But no, not this time. Not this time.
Yeah, easy enough.
And then some kind of bread. And I would imagine, like, as he sees Barrick, he gets far more serious and just abandons whatever food he currently has. And falls in, and then, that's when he falls in behind Barrick. Just kind of leaves, a quarter of a loaf of bread and half a hunk of dried yak's meat, whatever he's happened to find, just on the nearest table beside him, and then he takes off after Barrick.
All right. So you follow the knight, and he's taking a very straight path, as straight as he can, given the rubble that you eventually come across, but straight towards the northern gate, but then he veers off before reaching the gate up the street where the tavern is, and sure enough, he reaches the door to your inn and pushes the door open. So the three of you see Sir Barrick.
All right. No, that happens. Barrick makes it in, but Braddock is right behind him.
All right. So as he turns to close the door, oh, Braddock, I didn't see you there. My apologies. And he holds the door open for you.
Good. Then it was working. As you were. On in then. And he kind of, not roughly, but he just keeps right on walking with Sir Barrick right in front of him. He's not shoving him. He's not shoving him, but his body language is communicating that he wants Sir Barrick to go inside right now.
All right, he closes the door. And I was hoping to speak with you this morning.
How so terribly convenient that you found us all here. And Braddock cocks over to look at the table to see his other companions just mid-fight.
Yeah.
And it seems you found us at peak conglomeration. Well, Sir Barrick, may I present the off-duty hours group, all of us here. And he just kind of waves his hand across the three bickering individuals.
He sort of glances over and then I don't wish to interrupt.
No, nonsense. I won't have it. In fact, you'll probably be doing them all some good. Let's go. And he walks up to the table and pulls his axe out. And he doesn't slam it, but he does rather poignantly place it meaningfully on the table. Now then, what is going on here?
Nort's gonna start and then like pick up some like nuts and dried fruit and throw it at him. Don't do that! You scared me.
Leaf hisses a little.
That was at Braddock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He just kind of takes it. He's kind of cross-armed, and just he kind of just takes it.
Nuts right on the face and just takes it.
That's you know what? Yeah, no, fine. Yeah, Braddock takes nuts on the face. Somebody clip that. There you go.
Sir Barrick sort of walks up slowly behind, still sort of standing a little off, but
Now she's embarrassed, turns bright red, and stands up and kind of like.
good
Well,
morning.
as I was out, I found our good friend Sir Barrick, not Sir Braddock, Sir Barrick.
Too many B names.
He was heading this way, so I fell in behind him. He says, looking over at Sir Barrick. It would seem he's got words for us. As you were, Sir Braddock. Sir Barrick! Shit!
Almost.
Almost! Yeah! Dang it!
All right. Yes, I was hoping to catch you all before I left. I wish to say that you were all very brave yesterday when facing the threat that we were. I have known knights who have quailed at a sight such as that, and you four held your ground, and though I don't know you well, I respect your bravery. I thought that since we had fought together, I could entrust you with some information. I'm unfortunately unable to give you any information that you were seeking, but I have decided that my pursuit of the Weevil is pressing, and the trail has grown cold here. I was not able to gather any information as I had hoped. So I am going to be leaving Bryn Shander to continue my pursuit of him. I think that it's an important trial for me, but I was hoping that if it's not out of your way, if you ever find yourself in Neverwinter, that you could seek out an associate of mine, another member of the Order, just to let him know that I am still pursuing the Weevil. Would that be something that you would be amenable to?
Neverwinter. So you're asking us to leave Bryn Shander? Well, no, you're not asking us to leave Bryn Shander. Should we ever find ourselves in Neverwinter, you're asking us to find an associate of yours. Do I understand you correctly?
Indeed, that's correct.
What was the guy's name again?
His name is.
I don't think she said it.
Oh, okay.
I did
Yeah,
not.
Yeah.
No, never mind then.
I have it. Just a moment. It's here somewhere. There it is. Sir Laniver Strail.
Laniver Strail. That's well, it certainly is a unique name, is it not?
Yes, I suppose it is.
All right then. Should we ever happen to find ourselves in Neverwinter, I'm sure we can look up Laniver Strail. Thank you. Is there anything else?
Nothing else. I wish you well in your travels, wherever they may take you from here.
Well, do you want to come with us?
Are you leaving Bryn Shander now?
Yes. Well, we should be heading out. Yes.
I'm sorry. What plans made for travel?
Well,
Majority rules.
you are not a majority.
We're
Lord's
leaving.
Gonna, she's gonna be a lot more nice now that Barrett has showed up. Not because she has a crush, but because she knows the importance of saving face, especially in front of people who are part of organizations. She doesn't really know about Braddock, so she just thinks he's some crazy guy.
No,
Barrack.
she's just
Barrack.
gonna-
Northern Barrack sitting in the tree.
She's gonna look to Braddock and say, well, now that you're here, I guess, our wizard wants to go and serve himself, go Hundlestone. Me and Carrion would like to do something to help the town, which is go to Icewind Dale. What was it again?
Iron
Shit.
Master.
Iron Master
Nope.
in Icewind Dale.
It's practically on
yeah.
the way.
Reinforcements. So yes, plans for travel were in the works.
Yes,
Oh.
I do want to go do that, but I did not say that I would not be interested in helping Bravo either. Let's see it on a map and see and plot the course, and let's see where we can go.
This requires some thought. I
What-
do believe a map is in order.
Didn't I just say that?
I'm
Sir-
agreeing with you, Carrion.
Yes,
For what?
I think we need to look at perhaps a map, a topographical representation of the surrounding area.
Sir Barrack reaches into his cloak and says, as it so happens, and he unfolds a map of the area and lays it out on the table and then goes, I feel like, why don't I just, if you need me, I'll be in the temple.
Nonsense! Nonsense! This is your map. Please sit in on this, if for no other reason than to calm these wild hordes, he says, looking at the three across from him at the table.
North dagger eyes right now.
All right, well, given that tension, let's take a break. We'll come back to this interpersonal troubles in 10 minutes. Well, let's just round up and say on the hour.
Oh, thank you. Awesome.
All
Awesome.
right, so 13 minutes.
13 minutes it is.
Be back
We
soon.
shall see
Get a
you then.
drink. Go pee. Do whatever you want. I'm not your boss.
Yes, you are. You're the DM.
No, I'm your boss. I'm not the viewer's boss.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
There's no buttholes.
Nope.
Okay, let's keep going. All right, so tension at the table. Sir Barrick has just presented you with a map and has tried to make an escape while you guys duke it out.
Yes, Sir Beric, thank you for the map. I assure you we will return this. And he looks at Braddock, like side glances at Braddock. I assure we will return this shortly.
Braddock looks back at him. Oh, by return, did you mean I'll take it to him?
Yeah. I am not laughing. Sorry, it's not. Karen's not laughing. Okay. Oh yes, if you were offering to, then that's fine with me. I just meant we would go see Sirac later, and that was all I meant.
Fine, that's fine. So, to the map then. What lies before us?
Does Sir Beric stay? No, he goes.
No. Sir Beric is staying. Braddock has a good grip on his arm.
Sir Dwarf, have I offended you in some manner?
No nonsense. If you've been ever so kind as to lend us your map, certainly, I would insist that you stay.
It's just that you seem to be speaking with a rather hostile intent.
Oh no, my good dear Sir Knight. I merely mean not to offend you.
Then kindly remove your hand from my arm.
Or what? What will happen if I don't?
Yes, well, I must be doing something over there now. Bravo Cork gets up from the table and goes to the bar.
Braddock lets go of Sir Barrick's arm. As you wish, good Sir Knight. Where can I find you to return your sainted map?
It is just a normal map. You may keep it if you wish. I will be at the temple until shortly after midday, when I will be taking my leave of the city.
Shortly after midday. Duly noted.
Well, if I do not see you, good luck in your travels.
You as
And
well.
he turns and leaves the tavern.
Braddock says with his back to Sir Barrick, all the best, Sir Knight. Victory in your battles.
Braddock's
And to
just
you.
mad that he brought armor.
And come back with 4 pints and put them down on the table.
Perfect timing, Master Wizard. Now, between the four of us, there are set, by my reckoning, 3 paths, correct?
How would Braddock know? We never told him.
No, you told me very rapidly when I got back.
Yeah, you
3 of
did.
them talked at once.
That there were plans to go
That's
somewhere.
right. That's right. I
Yeah.
apologize.
You mentioned
I
and-
assumed that Carrion was just falling in with North because that's what North does.
Well, yes. You haven't exactly told me where you would like to go. And he's
Well-
looking at Braddock.
North's
well,
gonna take a big long drink.
well, to be fair, I'm afraid I land with the wee girl on this.
Again?
Fringe?
That's the second time.
Yeah, I know. I was as shocked as the rest of you when it came up. Bryn Shanter is no place for us. They're doing good work here, and they're rebuilding strong and steady, and they'll have it rebuilt in no time. But to stay here is a fool's errand. We have to head on, and well, sooner rather than later. You heard them talk. Winter's moving in, and we need to be moving as well. Opposite to the way winter's coming in, preferably. So, before us, as I reckon it, stands 3 paths. Bravo, you've mentioned Huddle.
I've mentioned it, but I haven't mentioned it to you.
I
Yes.
said
Yeah,
you did?
North
Okay.
did go through a rundown.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ha! And you, North, suggest we go to Ironmonger.
Master.
Yes,
Master and Monger.
What is? You said reinforcements in Iron Master. What did you mean exactly? More town? Is it another town? I don't understand.
Yes. Algrek says that her friends and family will absolutely come to aid the town. They are very reliable. And when we come with her word that they would let us in, despite their aversion to outsiders. You know, Braddock would know.
Braddock holds up a hand. On top of these two options, there yet remains a third. We still have to go and find our December. We've been told roughly where he is and how to go about finding him. So, amongst those three options, where do we stand? And he rolls out the map and looks at it. Is there any chance we could see a map here?
I do not have one that has the...
I'm scrolling up one sec. Let's see if we can find it.
Yes, well, I don't see why we can't do more than one thing. I mean, Artasimba apparently is quite elusive. The giants couldn't track him with what we surmise was some kind of magic. The best we're going to find, I suppose, is in Waterdeep. And if Sarek, whatever the kid's name is that Carrion totally remembers.
Serac.
Yep, Serac, that's what he said. If Serac is going to Luskan, and then I think we should go with him, but perhaps we can take a detour.
I'm not opposed to this option. Ideally, when an army marches, you aim to accomplish as many objectives as possible. Now, I understand that the four of us make a motley army, barely a group, barely a self-contained unit. We don't get along, is my point.
I think we get along quite swimmingly.
Yes, we don't get along. And then
However,
Carrion raises his stein or glass mug, whatever, to Bravo and nods and then takes a swig.
Bravo,
However,
of course, does the same.
However,
North is totally resisting, like slapping that out of his hand. Like just
All right.
ooh,
This
look at
is
that. That's pretty.
The area.
However, the four of us have a very agreeable set of skills, and we've learned to work together in the short time we've been together. So, I don't think we would do well to split up. I think we should stay together, and I think that we should try and accomplish as much together as we can. It looks like it might have pained him a little bit to say that last bit. So, as we see here on the map, Huddlestone appears to be on the way. From there, it's either Iron Master or Luskan. As much as I'd like to meet McKin in Iron Master, I leave which direction we go up to you three. However, I would suggest we go to Iron Master. It is closer, and from there we can seek provisions to head to Luskan. He draws all this out with his finger. So he kind of lays a mug and a mug to hold the map open. And then he draws a line with his finger from Bryn Shanter to Huddlestone and indicates that that's where Huddlestone is. And then he draws out the options of either going to Luskan or Ironmaster, respectively, first.
Yes. Well, it would appear Huddlestone is on the way. But Iron Master is probably the best bet. I won't go anywhere near Luskan. I'm sorry, I cannot do it.
that's where our lead is. Right? That's where...
Waterdeep is the lead.
Oh,
Luskan
Waterdeep.
was just where Serac was headed to catch a ship to Waterdeep.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What about this route here? And he points at the the river. I assume it's a river of some sort. If you follow the red road down from Bryn Shander and then to the left towards Ironmaster. Yes, what if we take this to Ironmaster and then we arrive there? Have the dwarfs show us a good route through the mountain and tundra there over to Hundlestone, and then they'd be right on back on the trail to Bryn Shander.
Carrion, make a wisdom check. Sorry.
As I am very wise, this will go very well. Did it? I haven't seen it
Pretty
yet.
good. 19. Yep.
Oh, 19, yes. Very well, as I said.
It is a river. It's most likely totally frozen.
over. Yeah, because it's winter, yo.
Almost winter. And you're very far in the north.
Yes,
Braddock
it's
is...
likely
go ahead,
frozen, and it may be a bit windy, but at least it will make for an easy walk.
I'm old. I would much rather we stick to the roads.
Oh, I suppose we could pull you in some kind of sled, and you could hand out presents.
I'm not pulling him.
Braddock flags down a server, someone that's passing by. Is it a man or woman? Who
It's
who
Graham
does it?
Sachs behind the bar.
Graham Sachs.
Graham.
Answer this question for us. This river here, and he indicates the intersection of the trail to Huddlestone, the road to Huddlestone. Is it navigable this time of year, or have we lost all passage?
Well, that depends. Are you going by boat or by foot?
I will repeat.
We'd be going by foot.
Well, preferably we'd be going by boat.
Well, it's probably too icy for boat. Probably too thin for foot.
Lots.
Braddock puts thumb and forefinger on the bridge of his nose and just rubs vigorously.
Is there some kind of path near the river we could take? A faster way to Ironmaster that you're aware of?
Oh,
Ironmaster.
that's a very good point.
Well, aside from the river, there's mountains in the way, so if you're a few months earlier, the river would be a good way to get you there, but
So,
You've been of great help, Scrimshanks.
oh wait,
Scram Sack.
Scram Sachs. So how long is it from Bryn Shander to Hundlestone?
It'll take you 2 days, a little more than 2 days, if the weather holds.
And then Hundlestone to Ironmaster, is that maybe a day and a half?
No.
Okay.
Well, I guess, yeah, if you don't have to fight the snows, might take you a day and a half, 2 days, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And
So
how-
we're looking at even time to go from Bryn Shander to Hundlestone to Ironmaster.
Roundabout, yep.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, that happens in game. Like just every time,
Oh, okay.
every time Braddock tries to speak, and then North goes,
Okay.
Braddock just gets a little further and further exasperated to the point where when North goes the last time, Braddock just goes,
Scram Sachs is just totally ignoring you at this point. You've forgotten his name every single time.
Yep.
And then, if we're trying to get to Waterdeep, let's say from Ironmaster, is that more like a week and a half?
Maybe if you were flying
Oh shoot!
very,
And how
very
long-
fast.
And how long do we have before the snow set in?
Anywhere between a few weeks and a couple hours. It's hard to say.
Well, then, I suppose we should be heading off soon, then, wouldn't you agree, good sir? Yes.
Well, that depends on whether you want to leave our lovely town.
Oh, we absolutely do want to leave it.
Then yes, soon.
So then, let's say
Point of interjection.
ideal.
Sorry, point of interjection. Is anybody else creeped out by the weirdness with which our bartender just said that?
No.
I
Or
think
his
he wants to
enthusiasm.
bury you.
Yeah,
Probably.
I just doesn't like you.
More his
Probably, that's
enthusiasm
fair.
at the idea of Braddock leaving.
So, you would say that to get to Ironmaster from where we currently are in Brinshanda, there would be possibly no other way than to go through to Hundlestone? And he's looking square at North as he says this.
Well, given the options, it's probably the safest route, if that can be said of any trail through the spine of the world. But, yeah, at this time of year.
Let's just pretend, perchance, that you're traveling with an old man. Would that be the only feasible route?
I mean, even Pentrail isn't an easy road. Are you taking a wagon or?
Most likely, we'd be walking.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you got here, didn't you? How did you guys?
Another story for another time. Sorry.
So, best case scenario, let's say either from Ironmaster or Hundlestone, how do we get to Waterdeep in a reasonable amount of time?
Hire a dragon or take
Oh,
a
well,
ship?
Right, I could call Felgalos. Besides a dragon.
Well, I would imagine most travelers typically go to Luskin and catch a ship in the harbor.
Oh,
Sail
do
down.
they? She's gonna stare back at Bravo Corp. So we have to go to Luskin to get a boat to get to Waterdeep.
Do all of you already know these answers and you're just I'm gonna go back to the
Yes,
bar.
I actually, I'm sorry. I actually have a relevant question. How many miles would you wager from Hundlestone to Ironmaster as a crow flies?
It's a good question.
Don't make her do math.
Very specific
I
because
thought I had all this figured out.
Animal Messenger is very specific. And
Like-
it's like,
Oh, Carrion. Ugh.
you see, I can hire a squirrel to run 25 miles.
Girl, it's all like hills and mountains.
Yes, but if I can hire a bird, it'll be faster.
Bird would be better. I mean,
Yes, I
Like,
can maintain
30? I don't know.
30. That sounds. Yes, my magic should hold on for that long, I would hope. Thank you very much for your help.
Okay. He goes
Hey,
back.
it was a relevant question. Don't sass me, guy.
He doesn't know you can summon animals. That's just a really weird question.
But I didn't know the answer to it.
So North's going to hook a piece of hair behind her eye and kind of like lean on the table. So it looks like we can do a little bit of what not everybody wants to do. We can leave the wizard in Hundlestone while we go to Ironmaster to help out the town. And then from Ironmaster, we need to go to Luskan if we're going to try and figure out where Artis Cimber is. Because we have to
Actually,
get to Waterdeep.
he just interrupts. Actually, no. I think we can just go to Hundlestone and weather it there until. Bravo, how long is it going to take to complete this business of yours?
I don't know. I'm not sure how long. It depends on the type of answers that I get. It was all incredibly vague. I'm terribly sorry.
You really
Well-
expected him to know. She's gonna look at Carrie. Like,
I mean,
This
that's
is-
I have feelings.
She has a point. There's nothing new from him.
Wow, guys! Wow, the hate.
it's not hate so much that it's piggybacking off of this crazy incident that just happened, and she's being a bee.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it hate. I would call it just sad resignation of the facts.
Well, it was nice playing with y'all. Good night.
Oh, no.
Lauren, the player, loves Bravo Court. Not being a brat, okay?
Okay,
Yes,
I think
well.
we're pretty well settled on what we would like to do. Huddlestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Iron Master and then Luskin.
Mhm.
I don't know, Bravo Corks, how long it will take. We can wait a few days, maybe, but any longer than that, and I don't know. But once we get to Huddlestone, I think that I can send a messenger, at least, some type of bird, probably, to Ironmaster, and hopefully they get our message there.
Yes. Well, I'm hopeful. Answers will come quickly, and we can be on our way. In due time. And scene.
So you guys have made your decision. You're going to go to Huddlestone, figure out what's going on there, and then you're gonna send an animal messenger to
Yeah.
Iron Master.
And yes, and then
Yeah.
argue and complain about why Bravo Corks can't go to Luskin.
Oh, right, okay. That is a long path. You'll have time. All
Yeah.
right. So, do you know when you're leaving? You decided that.
Post haste.
How
Yeah,
many
but-
days
yeah.
have there been there? Because North would like a refund for the days that she didn't actually spend there. Is there refunds?
You can try.
Scram sacks, buddy.
What is it now?
So we are leaving. We're taking the dwarf with us. You're welcome.
Sad to see you go.
I know. I mean, we've spent a lot of coin here. However,
we
will not
want
be
some of
able-
it back.
we will not be able to stay here the rest of the time that I had prepaid for. Might I get that back as a service of, goodwill? I mean, we're gonna need it for the road. We're gonna send people to or something to Iron Master so that they can come help you guys.
Gordon
And that-
says no.
That's gonna cost you coin, is it?
Now, why would that happen? We are already putting our services on the line to help your town out. Did we not just fend off giants for you?
For me, for Scramsack.
Yes.
Well, next time I'm feeding you to the main giant.
Well, as much as I do appreciate your work for Bryn Shander, I still run a business here.
And there are
I-
businesses that give refunds for services not done.
This is true. Make a persuasion.
Here it comes.
Persuasion.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
perception. That's perception.
Oh,
You gotta roll
shit.
You're
persuasion.
perceiving that this may
I know,
go
they're
Very
poorly.
close.
Oh, no.
9.
Which is hilarious because perception has 8 and persuasion has 6. So I'm not gonna win this diplomatic turn again.
He looks at you, and he looks at your friend, and he looks at you. I'll give you 5 silver.
5 silver.
I don't remember how much the rooms were, but that seems great.
I think it was 7 gold or something.
I've fed you. I've watered
Well,
you.
we paid you.
Yes, but you didn't pay for the food.
Carrion did.
Yes, we did.
You paid for... Did you pay for food or drinks? You paid for one, you didn't pay for the other.
I paid for everything.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I know some of it was included. Doesn't matter. Let's continue.
Oh, you're right. Some of it was included. You know what? I'll take it. Your town, your business, I understand. She just wants to leave on semi-good notes.
I appreciate your understanding. And he hands you the coin.
Sweet. Thanks. And she's gonna walk away feeling very victorious, even though it was 5 silver. They don't have to know.
Did I hear everything?
Not unless you went up to the bar.
Okay, darn.
Yes.
All right. So, what are you guys doing? Is there anything you want to accomplish? Ooh, don't hit the microphone. Before you leave?
I want to go to the temple and talk to Sir Barrick and the kid's name,
Sir
Sirac.
Rack?
Sirac. His name's just Sirac, right? It's not
Yep.
Sir Rack, it's just Sirac.
Just Sirac.
Braddock's
Sirac.
gonna head to the marketplace and try and stock up on adventuring supplies. He's gonna be looking for any kind of warm weather gear. He's gonna be looking for flint and tinder, pitch, anything he can use to light a fire. He's going to be looking for more trail rations. He's going to try and be stocking up for what he expects is a long travel, because in his mind, we're not going to be sending an animal messenger to Ironmonger. We're going to be
Master.
going to Ironmonger.
Master.
That's what I said.
Okay, yes. In fact, I will be making you guys track food and water while you are traveling through the wilds here, because food will be scarce. So you'll have to buy some rations.
Can we just mooch off Braddock?
I mean, you've done it so far.
I
You've
know.
all got weapons.
They are quite heavy. So you will have to carry your...
Just a quick question.
Mhm.
Does 5e allow for survival checks to forage?
It does, yes.
Okay, awesome. Cool.
The difficulty just goes up in terrain such as this.
Oh, nice.
I would talk to the innkeeper dude to see if he has some rations, trail rations that I could have or buy.
Graham Slacks?
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Okay. Yes. Well, do you know where I could perhaps make purchase of such goods?
The general store in the market district will probably have what you're looking for.
And this is not a general store.
No.
It looks pretty general to me.
Get out.
He would go, okay, well, good day to you. And gather his things and turn and leave towards the general store.
Oh my god, we need so many more Bravos on his own scenes. Oh my god.
All right. Yeah, so Braddock, you could probably find what you're looking for say 5 gold total. They're not very expensive.
But how many? Sorry.
Yeah, Braddock's gonna look for he's gonna take it upon himself to look for trail rations for 4 for the total number of days. Me personally, Joe has forgotten how many days it would take to get from where we are to Hundlestone to Ironmaster down to Luskan. But that's how many days Braddock is looking for 4 people.
Okay. I think it was like just under 7 days.
So
Believe I can-
7 times 4 is what, 28?
Yes.
How many rations per day are consumed by a single individual?
I think it's like 1 pound a day, or I forget. It's in the player's handbook. We'll sort that out later. We'll say you find what you're looking for. I'll figure out the stats and give it to you later.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me
Um,
know gold and what that costs and everything. And
I'll do that also later.
yeah, that's fine.
You have enough. It's easy enough to get. It just takes you a couple hours. They get everything ready for you. Carrion was going to the temple. Anybody going with him? Anybody else doing other things?
I was just wondering if we still had our old weapon, or does our old weapon morph into the new one that Braddock got us?
No, it's a separate weapon.
Did Braddock take those, or do we still have them?
Did you give them to Braddock?
So, but it's been a while.
Then you still have it.
Okay, so North is actually going to kind of trail out into the marketplace as well. She's going to try and sell her old mace.
Okay. Easy enough. There's a blacksmith weapon shop that's willing to take it off your hands. I'll find the value for that later.
Normal mace. And then she will try and definitely buy some rations and water. There is a spell that she can use for water, but she'd rather, or water and food, but she would rather not rely on that. So probably, we're probably looking at least 2 weeks worth of food. Probably mostly like nuts and dried things that'll last a long time.
All right. Easy enough.
And then after she's got the ration, she is going to go back to her hotel room or tavern room, and kind of take a moment to rest while she's got some comfort.
All right. Bravo Crooks, is there anything you wanted to accomplish?
I would go with Carrion to the temple thingy
All
to
right.
return the map.
All right. So you stroll through town. It's awake now. The people are already getting to their business. There are some places of business open and selling things like the food and the general store and things of everyday necessity. But a lot of the town has focused its energies on rebuilding, and everywhere there's just sounds of hammer strikes and dragging and people shouting direction, things of that sort. So you make your way through the market district and down to the temple. The front doors are closed but unlocked. You go inside, and there are some people at prayer. There's a couple softly weeping as they pray. Some of the acolytes and the priest are tending to some of these people as well. You see Serac sort of near the altar but off to the side, speaking with Sir Beric.
Bravo would probably wait for like a lull in the conversation, and then walk over.
Okay. After a moment, Serac sort of notices the two of you standing off to the side, and he, hello. Good to see you guys again.
Yes. Well, here's your map. Thank you. We're about to head out. We're going to Handle Stone. And then after that, we're going to Iggy Bottom. Did you want to go with us?
Carrion, he doesn't say anything, but he just pushes Bravo Quirks' hand in the direction away from Serac towards Sir Beric. That has the map.
Sir Beric sort of nods.
Oh, yes. Terribly sorry. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Would you like to go with us?
Are you asking me or the boy?
Yes, actually, both.
And he looks at Serac and you're going to Hundlestone and then Iggy Bottom?
Yes.
Yes. No. We're going to Hundlestone, and then the intention is to go to Luskan.
Ah, Luskan. Well, that is my general path as well. Are you leaving today?
Yes,
Yes.
shortly.
We'd like to leave as soon as possible, but we wanted to make sure to accompany Serac through the mountains at least.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I'd like to get to Luskan away from this place as soon as possible.
Yes, then, are you all packed? Are you ready?
I can be ready very shortly. I was just asking Sir Beric here about what I might need on the road. It's been a while since I've left the city.
Probably a coat.
Yep, that's top of the list.
Make sure you have some rations with you, and perhaps a spare water skin. I don't imagine the trip to Luskan will take more than 7 or so days, but you never know.
Okay, yeah. I'll go get my things. And Serac turns and goes to the back of the church through a door, and Sir Beric stands there. And so you've all come to an agreement then?
Yes.
More or less.
Not by a long shot.
And I'm assuming the less would be from the dwarf?
Well, I mean, he is quite small.
I meant in terms of agreement.
Oh yes, not a terribly agreeable fellow, despite his reassertion that we need to stick together. Certainly the least agreeable of us all.
Yes, he does. He's an interesting fellow, at least. Abrasive, I guess, is the word I would use. But I don't think he's the bad sort. Not after fighting alongside him.
Yes, certainly he does come in handy from time to time.
He is brave and knows how to handle his axe, that's for certain. I don't understand the hostility.
Yes,
don't think-
well, that makes at least 2 of us.
Oh,
3.
this is usual then. It's not just me, he just doesn't like outsiders.
I think he just doesn't like.
Oh.
Now who are we shitting on?
Oh, there's a lot of personal stuff coming out.
So, does he know you're asking me to join you?
Not at all.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
I feel like perhaps I would not be welcome to travel with you.
Why is that? We're welcoming you.
Certainly, but given his particular attitude for me, it's probably for the best if I make this trek alone and leave the 4, 5 of you to your business.
Well, I suppose we could talk to him if you like and see. I'm not really sure what the issue was.
What if you wear a mask? Then he won't know who you are.
I'm not really one for disguises.
What if you walk backwards the whole time? I couldn't even get through
Uh,
it.
I have business to attend to anyways. I'm already set to go. I think one less fight is best for all of us.
Yes. Well, if you believe that, then we're certainly not going to force you to do something you don't want to do.
Certainly. Good luck in your travels, Sir Barrick. Hopefully our paths cross again.
I certainly hope so. I wish you well in your endeavors. And I almost feel bad for any creatures that stumble across your path. And he offers out a hand to Carrion first.
Carrion hesitates at first because it's not a gesture he's super familiar with doing, but he remembers from Braddock, and then he shakes his hand like semi-awkwardly, but you know.
And then he turns to Bravoquirks and
He responds in kind, not in the Carrion awkward kind, but
Yeah.
like shaking the hand kind.
I wish you a good day.
You as well.
And he walks up the aisle out the temple. Not long after, Serac returns. He's got a huge, fuzzy, kind of goofy-looking hat on, big old coat. They're very well worn, but they look warm enough. He's got a big bag on his back. I think I'm ready to go.
Wonderful. I like your hat.
Thanks.
I'm just kidding. I hate
Uh,
hat.
oh,
No.
okay.
He doesn't. No, he didn't say that. I'm very sorry. No, it's a wonderful hat. I'm sure it's great and very warm.
Yes.
So,
Let's go to the inn, collect the rest of our group, and be off.
all right. You head to the inn.
Dun, dun, dun.
Braddock, you have collected all of your items. Are you also at the inn?
Yeah. I've been thinking this whole time of how in the world Braddock's gonna port all this stuff. Like, he's found rations for 4 people for all these days. And like you said, it's £1 per day, so
Well, he
The
certainly
rations
won't be
weigh
able
2
to
pounds each.
carry them himself.
yeah, so here's the thing. I think Braddock's left with no other choice than to buy Rollo 2.
Well, he can have them carried to the inn, but is he expecting to carry them all himself?
Well, that's the thing. I've been working through the logistics in my head, and like, we're gonna be eating through them as we go, but
Yeah.
initially there's just gonna be a crap ton of food just hanging around because
Yeah.
Braddock's bought food for everybody, but then everybody else has bought food for themselves.
Only North bought food for herself.
Carrion has 9 rations, so I did read on it. We need £1 per day, and the rations do weigh 2 pounds, so 1 ration is good for 2 days, it seems.
So
I mean-
yeah, I think Braddock's gonna show up at the tavern with Rollo 2 and cart in tow. I can't.
But 7 days worth of rations is only going to be 14 pounds. You can't carry 14 pounds?
No, 7 days rations times 4 people.
Right. You're not going to make them carry their own food?
No,
Why?
because Braddock is secretly mothering everyone in the group.
Bravo.
You're going through a mountain path.
North's not gonna let that happen. She will definitely be either swiping them or making you return them.
Well, I guess okay. So then Braddock would show up to the tavern, just like arms full of Christmas presents, and just deposit the rations for everyone all over the table.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just pipe up. Well, I've done some shopping, and oh, I see North has come prepared as well. Bravo, you've come prepared as well. Well then, and the table's just full of rations.
Well, you would still be able to carry it, right? It's only we're talking about 20 pounds.
Well, if you put it in your inventory, it'll calculate whether you're encumbered or not. Because digital sheets are awesome.
Do we like type in?
If you keep your sheet within the window of Roll20 and then click in the compendium and type in rations, you should be able to click and drag it into your.
I am good with
equipment.
2 things of rations. Oh, that would be 3 things, huh?
What's 7 days? So
Well,
Because I
7.
bought 15, and he bought 7.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah. It seems like a lot, but like backpackers carry
You can also carry
a lot of weight. Yeah.
So on their way back to the inn, is Serac like right next to us? Is he kind of dallying behind us, or?
Yeah, he's sort of keeping pace.
We're linked arm in arm and we're skipping. It's a trio.
Not necessarily. He's probably standing on the opposite side of Carrion from Bravocorx, because Bravocorx weirds him out a little.
What?
So Carrion, he looks a bit pensive on their way back, and he's just kind of mumbling to himself a little bit. Yes, I am worried about Braddock. I don't know how long we can really travel with him. He's not like saying out loud to Bravo necessarily. He's just kind of talking out loud.
Mm-hmm. Bravo thinks he's talking to him and will respond. Well, yes, he certainly has a way of things.
Ah, yeah, yes, he does. He does indeed. And Carrie doesn't say anything else about it.
Okay.
And continues his march back to the inn.
Yeah, Bravo too.
All right. So you make it to the inn and you find a huge pile of rations on the table and Braddock looking kind of sheepish about it.
Hello, Braddock. Have you done a bit of shopping?
Oh, well, you can say that. I took it upon myself to buy rations for the 4 of us for our extended journey from here to Hundlestone to Ironmaster and then on to Luskan for the ship on to wherever Luskan takes us next. But I see that the 3 of you are also as well prepared.
Yes. Well, we did set out to prepare, all of us, this morning for our departure, all of us at the same time to prepare.
Yes. Yes, I'm aware.
Is there any, like, how many rations is it?
He bought 28 pieces.
Yes. So it's like, what, 56 pounds of rations. Good Lord, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose no one will starve. That's very kind of you, Braddock. How will we divvy these up?
North hadn't quite come down yet, so she's finally come down with all of her stuff and then do like a slow walk as she sees the table. Hi. And then she's gonna approach the table and kind of be like, well, at least nobody will go hungry.
That's fair.
Braddock's practically red-faced right by now.
Yes, well, it was... Your heart was in the right place, Braddock. I suppose I can fit a few more in my pack. He takes like 2. I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
No. Yeah, you go. It's all right. Go ahead.
My pack is it's quite heavy, but I might be able to fit a few more in here. He takes like 4 and shoves them in pack.
Do you know, at the market, they had ever so nice wagons, and I did find a husbandry accommodator that has rather capable donkeys for sale.
Yes, I'm sure you miss Rollo, as do we all, but it is a mountain pass in the winter, and I don't think a wheeled vehicle. Would he know vehicle? I don't think a wagon would be very suitable. Trust me, I have seen many merchants stuck in the wilderness with broken wagon wheels on trails wagons had no business being on.
No, you're right. Says Braddock, realizing the massive cock up he's just made.
So, saying that, Carrion, he shimmies off his pack and he puts one in, and then he realizes he doesn't really have a lot of personal belongings. And he's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's kind of like hefts it, like, oh, yes, that's, I think, all I'll be able to fit.
Why don't we give some to the new guy? Yeah.
Doesn't he have a giant bag already?
Well, he has a big bag, but like he's got clothes and stuff.
So that's 14 gone. There's 14 left.
Well, Braddock's gonna completely load up. Hold on, let me see what happens when I do this.
How do you determine your max weight again?
I believe it's your strength times 5?
Oh,
times
okay.
3? Something like that. Times 15, maybe? I don't remember. I'll have to look that up.
Well, Braddock's
It's a lot.
good. It doesn't tell me I'm encumbered yet, so Braddock's good to carry the other 14.
Okay.
So what Braddock would do is, at least from a position of pride, he would just go, "No, that's fine," and just like very roughly shoves the remaining 14 rations into his pack and just hefts it with a great oof. Just, oh no, I've got it. No, I'm fine. I've got it. I can manage. Thank you.
All right. So you've got all your food. You've got your wares. Are you guys all set to head out?
Yep. We've gathered all of our belongings, I think.
Onward to Huddlestone.
Hundlestone.
Yep, he's gonna screw it up every time.
Humble bum.
Him or Joe?
Take your pick. Six
Yeah.
of one, half of
Hey,
the
a
other.
little bit of Coleman.
All right.
Mhm.
So, are you going to just leave immediately? Is there any other business you want to do before you go?
Oh, yes. As they're getting ready to leave, Carrion exclaims, "Oh, yes. And he kind of boops his staff on the ground without making his camera wiggle this time. We should see Duvessa. I forgot to get that missive from her for when we make it to Waterdeep.
Good thinking.
Is that why you kept asking us?
I wasn't gonna tell you about it. If you forgot, you forgot. All right. So you make your way to the speaker's palace. You find Duvessa there, and she's sort of in the middle of business, but seeing that you guys are all bundled up with your packs ready to go, she sort of realizes, you're on your way out. So she, yes, I have the letter, just a moment. And she starts going through her desk, and she's, so you're leaving now then, are you? Roughly.
Yes, we are. And I did have another small favor to ask of you.
Yes, if I can.
Just to let Markham know I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we cannot stay in the town any longer to patrol the walls. And if you could relay perhaps another message to Ogric, we will do our best to notify Ironmaster.
Yes, of course. I will pass that along. And she hands you a folded parchment. It's not sealed closed, but there is a wax seal by the signature with her mark on it.
So Carrion looks over at Bravo Corks and reaches out for the letter.
Bravo gingerly takes it and puts it in one of his case-bound books to keep it safe.
That will get you passage aboard my aunt's ship. If you see her, tell her I say hi. Otherwise, thank you for what you've done here. I wish you well.
You as well, Duvessa. Thank you.
Yes, all the best.
Braddock pipes up. What was your aunt's name again?
Inerva Coldwater.
Inerva.
Yes.
Thank you.
Her ship is called the Dancing Wave.
Dancing Wave? God, that's an amazing name.
And so before you leave, she goes up to Serac and gives him a hug. And I'm sorry that we must part this way. If this gets sorted, you always have a home here in Bryn Shander. And he sort of nods and thank you, but I'd rather know that you were safe than, Frostgiant trying to track me down. I'll be okay. These guys will get me to Luskan anyways, so hopefully if they come after me again, they'll come here. And she sort of nods. Well, I wish you a safe journey. And he... Bye. And he just turns and walks out.
Oh, so touching.
So sorry, I forget who the letter is from.
It's from Duvessa. She's written basically saying that you guys did her a solid and she's vouching for you with her aunt.
And she's in
Waterdeep.
Okay.
But the ship may be in Luskan.
Well, yeah. The ship's home port is Waterdeep.
Right. Okay.
All right. So, we're going to end it there. 'Cause it's midnight. There it is. Well, it's midnight here. All right. So, next week, you guys begin the journey to Hundlestone through the wilds of Icewind Dale.
Humble bundle.
we'll see how you guys fare hoofing it, rather than free taxi on Cloud Giant Palace.
Yeah, I kind of missed that cloud giant taxi.
Yeah, I really wanted that to happen.
Oh, hello, Gordon. So, next week we are back to Storm King's Thunder because, hooray, I'm still working a good shift.
I cannot
So
wait.
tune in this time. Well, not this time. 2 hours previous next week.
Smooth.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other news. Oh, there will not be a Sunday stream for the Arma campaign. Too much work going on.
Like 3 of us got called into overtime this weekend. Adulting is great.
So much fun.
Mandatory overtime.
Yeah. Real cool. Anyways, haha. Hope you guys have a great week. I hope your weekend is full of games and fun and not overtime like us.
Alrighty.
Have a good night, everybody.
See you next
Good
Friday.
night.
Bye. Bye,
Bye,
Calvin.
Calvin.
Bye,
Calvin.
Calvin.
Go to bed, Calvin.